We're recording live now. I'm here with Tom. We are practicing his final driving test for his P's. He's got 20 hours night driving up, and he's got actually more than 20 hours night driving, and he's got 100 day hours on the road. We did the Maroubra circuit. The Maroubra circuit in Sydney is a little bit complex. There's a lot of crests to look out for, a lot of right turns, traffic lights and gap selecting required for decision making, a lot of signs, a lot of bends, and it's important to get all these right. And just looking at, and I got Tommy with me. I was going to ask him what he thought of his driving lesson today, and what things do you need to improve before I actually go through the list that to make you a better driver, and what things you should be looking for while still practicing for your driving test. So Tom, what things did you find out about your driving today? What things can you tell us how you'll improve to be a better driver? Things you to do.
I probably have to be more patient.
Yeah. What do you mean patient? Gap selections. Okay, good.
And got to watch out for multi-lanes and just signs and roundabouts.
Let me just keep that thought. I want to talk to you about multi-lanes. Tell me how did you go on your multi-lanes today, and what you could have done better?
I went to go straight through and stayed in the right-hand lane instead of the left. I went over into the right-hand lane instead of staying in the left.
Right. How come you went in there? Was there something you could have done to stop yourself? Or reduce something?
Yeah, reduce speed.
Right. So you punched an accelerator and you just went through. And that one's quite a wiggly type of junction,
yeah.
And then you need to kind of keep your brakes on further. You accelerate into it when you got the gap, but then you brake before the middles, around the middles, and maybe exit up to the exiting point. You're braking, cool. Right. Anything else? That was good. Did you use a left blink at the exit on those things? On a multi-lane?
Did I?
Yes.
Not on that one.
Okay, but after that, did you get the other ones? Yeah, you did okay on the other ones, okay. Anything? Now, there's a few more other bits and pieces. What other bits and pieces you need to think about?
Watching for signs and...
Yeah, signs.
Including traffic lights.
Very good.
It's yellow.
Yeah, okay. The signage was interesting today for you. The signage was interesting because I gave you an instruction. I said, go to the very end of the street and turn right. What did you do?
I went to...
Exactly what I said, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
I went into the wrong side of the street.
Yeah, not only that, but you were trying to go on the wrong side of the street too.
Yeah.
You're trying to enter a...
No entry.
No entry sign. There was how many signs did you see when we went around?
About
4, and you missed all of them.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, that shows you when you go to new areas, your mind is not picked up to the things. It's very common stuff when we drive, that we should slow things down and look around. Cool? Yeah. So keep watching those signs. Right, anything else before I give you the full report of your driving? Repeating probably some of the things that we're discussing. Okay, fine. Well, that's good. You gave me the major faults. Okay, but there's a few things that you missed to tell me on your driver's test. Let's go. First of all, I'm going to give you some good credits, cool? Mm-hmm. You did a good curbside stop with the head checked into the curb, because you have to provide a left one also. It's called a PRM, prepare, observe, and move out, okay? Mm-hmm. You can't go prepare, move, and observe. You can't do that. Mm-hmm. And you did quite well, okay? The next thing was good passive lane change. Your lane changes are awesome. You let cars pass you. Mm-hmm. Then you find the space behind, and then you go into the lane and you gently steer and straighten up, which is really cool. So that's good. You got some good marks there. Also, I like that you keep your 3 seconds on the faster roads. All right, and you also, when someone changes your lane in front of you, changes lanes, you actually back off, or you actually, when you change, you back off. Yeah, and you recreate. It's called recreate the space. You kind of do that quite well. All right. Again, let's talk about the multi-lane roundabouts. Big fault in your today. Okay, that would not give you a driver's license today. If there had been another car in another lane, you would have crashed into it. You've got to stay within your lane and obey the marker. Now, the good thing about your multi-lane today was you did reposition for those roundabouts. You went in the right lane, you showed the guiding marker to the right, and you changed nicely to the left. But then for some reason you picked up the acceleration speed and then you went too fast into it. Sure, you had the gap for the right vehicle that was coming from your right hand, and there was nothing in the roundabout because we give way on the roundabout. Okay, that's the rule. And you gave way to your right. That was kind of cool. But the only thing is too much speed into it and around it, okay? And you didn't, because you went so much speed, you forgot to even give left blinker. Improve that one, practice that with mum and dad until before the test, cool? You haven't got much time. Now, also on the roundabout, you interfered with a vehicle that was U-turning or right-turning, cool? You didn't get the full intention of the car. You kind of, to me, I have to make a decision. If I was the assessor on the day, I would make a decision that that vehicle was there in the middle before you, or in the gap inside the loop before you, and you don't interfere with it, cool? Which you did, and you did that a couple of times today, as all drivers do. But just stay back, make sure the center of the loop of the roundabout is clear and safe, cool? Next thing, okay, for some reason, when you go into the right turning lane, to go right, at a traffic light, you should head check and mirror and head check before you go. Just like your zippies and enders, before you exit them, before the shrinkage of them, you've got to do head check and mirrors, okay? But that one, before the right turning lane only, you should check the way you're turning into it, okay? That way for the rights, okay? And also on your right turns traffic, you should make a clear decision required. You kind of went in and stopped yourself. I'm glad you did that, because the gap wasn't right. Then the second time was better, but you can't you got to do a clear intention, clear decision on the right turns, cool? You can't have two shots at it. You should know exactly what to do, whether the gap's safe or not, yeah? And stay back and get the next lights, okay? Next thing is a little bit on control issue. Totally put the brakes on, hold the brakes on, then put into gear, reverse or park, or drive, okay? And it's a control issue, 1 negative, okay? Now, orange lights, you pump through the orange lights. Look, most experienced drivers do that in a hurry. You don't want to be in a hurry on the driver's test. Just stop behind the orange lights, because orange light means stop unless a sudden braking might cause a crash. You didn't have anyone behind you, okay? You had a chance to stop, but you pumped through. And I know that, and the assessor will know that. Unfortunately, that's another strike against you on that day. Observation for the left turns, always provide a check to the left side, a quick head check mirror, 10 meters before the turns, and then you can concentrate on your turn on your oncoming cars, okay? So you didn't do that either. You lost the point on that one. Get enough of these head checks, you fail. 3 non-head checks is the fail item on your driver's test, cool? So observation is important. Also opposite side checks before you make your turns, also valid. Better left buffer earlier on the crest. In Maroubra, there's a lot of crests. You've got to buffer away from the oncoming vehicles. Cool, earlier. Didn't see the signs like we discussed earlier. You know, the word I gave you is go to the end of the street and turn right. What did you do? Great instruction taking, but then you just kept going that way. You didn't see the no entry sign. You went in the wrong side, cool, of the road. And also one more thing. On the right turns, gap selections, okay? When the guy gave you a false indicator, it doesn't matter if you have an accident and the guy gave a blinker and you turned in and you have an accident when you're turning on the right traffic lights, it's your fault, not his. We disregard. Everyone makes mistakes on blinkers, okay? Now, in going on with your sheet, let's look at, so that's how you mucked up your test today. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 major issues that you got to cover, okay? So now look at here in our car observation checklist. This is a checklist that we do for corporate testing. And we'll go here for backing up. Checks behind vehicles before moving, you're safe. Looks in direction of movement while backing up. Yes, do mirrors, head checks and look to the back and back to the front and everywhere else. Moves a very slow walking speed, very good, very safe. Uses reverse pivot points to guide the vehicle and objects, very good, safe. Now we go lane changing and turns. Uses checks, signals, checks when changing lanes, very good. No lane changes in intersections. You didn't change intersections, you're okay, good, safe. It selects correct lane and positions before turning. You always plan your turn, don't you? Well, not really. I'll say not safe, because according to what you did today, you didn't plan right, did you? So we'll nail you on that one, cool?
For lane change.
Yeah, for lane positioning, like turns, cool?
Oh, yeah.
That's what that's related. Section 7. Aims at target lane, maintains position through turn. You do, okay? Except when you didn't see those signs, cool? Cushion safety, excellent. You recreate 3 seconds, you keep it 3-4 seconds at space. That's pretty safe. Adds an extra second for wet weather. In the past, I've seen you do that, so I'll give you safe, because in wet weather you're always slower by 15 kilometers, cool. Stationary sees tyres of the car in front, while in behind the white lines. Most majority of the time today, you're pretty good. Monitors and response to environments of 5 seconds. Can't see 5 seconds ahead. What do? You slow down, and you did that. Your speed was very good downhill too. And eye on the path, meaning planning eye on the path. Rear mirror checking before the braking. No, you kind of do that, don't you? You're safe, yes. Eyes forward, look up, read signs ahead. Read ahead. Didn't see ahead. At risk, yeah. Continually checks rear mirrors every 10 seconds. You do that? Continually?
No.
You don't? Okay, maybe you're still at risk. So you've got to start continually every 5 seconds. Check your rear mirrors. Category speed limits. Drives within the speed limit. Excellent. You're very safe. You're never over. You're always under a bit. Yeah, which is good. Even downhills. Adjust speed to suit the prevailing conditions. Yes. No vision. You slow down. Yes. Tight corners. No vision. You slow down to the left. Yeah. Keep to the left. Category seat belts. Phone. Don't use phones. Cool. Don't get distractions. Okay, your belt was on. You're pretty safe. There you go. Well, that's been a very comprehensive and detailed evaluation of Tom's day out on his pre-test. Okay, so this is Nick here from Focus Driving School, and well done, Tom. I think you've learned a lot from that.